the little thing here. And who would like to do a recap?
I would.
Okay, go ahead, Charlie.
So, it was the big fight. I entered the ring. Everybody else were in the crowd, cheering, helping, forming strategies, and giving bonuses. Before we started fighting, everybody that was there was like Red Knuckle, Slamvini, who else? The metal-throated guy.
Brewers Guild dwarf
one
guy.
of the eyes. And so and then the first fight was with
Lizard Man.
Blank. That's right. It was with a lizard folk guy. It went pretty well. It was the key with him was to stay away from the
posts.
Corners?
Corners.
Stay away from the posts. Yeah, because his tail, he's all about attacking with his tail and like moving me around the ring. Knocked his lights out. Fight after that was with... Who's the second person?
Genasi
lady.
Oh, with the Earth Genasi. That was a slightly tougher fight. The trick was with her is I had to deal enough damage to get through her like kind of rocky exterior armor, yeah. And she would deliver like extra big hits, or maybe a lot of hits. I think it was like extra big hits. If I like damaged her or something.
Like every time she missed, she would get stronger, something like that.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Every time she missed, she got stronger. The fight after that was against the Thrycreen, and we needed to keep him off of the from attacking from a post.
Jumping specifically.
His jumping attack was an insane combo that dealt a bunch of damage. Thankfully beat them, and then after that it was against, was it Drogo? Is that guy's name? The Dragonborn. Rhaegoth. Who lit him... Dragoth, that's right. Dragoth, who lit himself on fire and did these burning punches and things. I ultimately defeated him by grappling him and kind of outlasting him as he kind of burned himself out.
Mm-hmm. Suplex.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as a surprise, the head fighter of the Bloody Fist is no longer
Sledge.
The walking ass hat Sledge, but in walks Bruised, to everybody's shock. He spouts a bunch of nonsense about not being family and just being a killer and coming out of retirement, and Izo holds his own for a little bit, but ultimately just gets the shit beat out of him, just utterly destroyed. And as the party is carrying Izo out, Bruce tells Vivi that she no longer owes Red Knuckle, and it becomes clear that he sold his brewery to pay off her debt to Slamvini. And I am also apparently no longer welcome in South Ward, my home. And it was devastating. It was brutal. And nobody ever bet on anything, so nobody made any extra money.
We were worried about you.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Also, Nyx and Caprica stole a king's room. Told him to fuck off.
Oh,
And
yeah,
their cousins.
Yeah.
That too.
Cousins, yeah.
Well, Kyle, I just now realized I forgot to respond to you.
Thank you for bringing that up, Susan, because I'm hopping with it.
It's not crazy important. I'm just curious how thin of ice I'm on in that department.
Oh
So we're actually going to cut to 2 days later, and to answer your question, Kyle, probably like initially pretty thin ice. Over 2 days, it's thickened considerably. You know.
Okay, so I've got time for
things that they will get over.
I've got time for shenanigans then. Okay.
Sure.
What day was the day of the fight?
The fight itself was on the 5th, so it is now the 7th.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull you guys over to this map. We're gonna open up with Izo. Izo, you come to consciousness in your room.
Okay.
In your bed. As you do, you see your sister asleep in a chair next to your bed. She has a book in her lap. Clearly, it was probably something given to her by Nyx, because it is called... where is it? Hold on. Gravest Sin. And it has a sexy ghost on it.
I just start tearing up, and I call out to her, ads, kind of in a gruff, very dry, croaky voice.
She yawns, comes to. You're awake. You've been out for 2 days.
I fucked up.
I know. It's she's got like a little pitcher of water, pours you a tankard full of it and hands it to you.
I try and take my usual big sip, but I kind of like cough it out and like choke it and then take little sips.
Mm-hmm. Your friends told me what happened.
I can't even look at her. I look down at the mug, just eyes still, just like tears streaming.
She'll sit down on the bed, put her hand on your shoulder. It's okay. We'll figure something out, okay?
I kind of
Unc just needs...
and give her a hug.
And she hugs you back. Unc just needs time, you know? Important thing is you're okay. You're safe. I'll handle this, okay?
I'm just so stupid. He tried to tell me all along, and I just didn't understand. I didn't. I just missed the fucking point until it was too late.
Listen, I've made mistakes too, you know? We've both been not doing our best. But you're wrong about it being too late. It's not too late, okay? You helped me see that up in Field Ward. You guys really turned that place around.
At that, I finally like have build the courage to actually look her in the eye, and just sniffling.
She'll put her forehead to yours. It's okay, okay? I'm here. Like I said, I'll handle it. I'll talk to Unc. In a day or two.
it's all too much, and Izo just like really starts wailing and sobbing and just like pulls her into an even tighter hug.
Yeah, she just sits there
sobbing into her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. This goes on for another minute or two. Eventually you calm down. Listen, you just do the best you can, okay? Stay out of trouble. Like I said, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Ads. I don't know what I would do without you.
Probably starve. She'll rustle your hair. And silver lining, your neighbor down the street's taking care of Sybil, so she's right down there.
Neighbor down the street
with the pet shop.
Oh, Badger.
Yeah, he said he had food and a shed to keep her in.
Wait, hold on, Josh. Had a character real quick. Does Izo know that the brew's been sold?
I suppose technically no. Let's assume that you do for expedience sake.
Okay.
You've been drifting in and out of consciousness, so I probably picked it up.
Right.
That are in the sobbing. She explained it to you.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad somebody is. That at least she's okay.
Yeah. Listen, I know things went bad, but you should feel lucky. Everybody's still okay. Everyone's still alive. And there's still time to turn this around. Important thing is stay strong, stay good, and try to remember to always be son of a bitch. She says this as she's looking out the window.
Izo quickly turns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Izo, you and your sister see the exact same thing that everybody else in the bar is seeing. Because you're all out front, outside the bar, watching the horrendous display in front of you. I'm going to pull you over here. But over at Tequila Mockingbird, there are people going in there. And they seem to be renovating the place. There are tons of guys from the Carpentry Guild going in and fixing things up, sprucing it up. There are several representatives from the Brewers Guild who appear to be upgrading some of their facilities. Erlen Trueblood, that fucking dwarf from the guild, is there, and he's having a chat with your delightful neighbor. And to top it all off, there is a familiar-looking cart. So this guy and this guy. There's a familiar-looking cart out front, with a cartoon dwarf on the side, painted on the side, with holding up like a stein and like winking at the onlookers, and the name on the side of the cart labels it as Blackbeard Brewery.
Oh,
authentic dwarven ale.
No.
I'm just pointing towards Dealer Mark, kind of trying to line up. But one good fireball, and the entire place will be just up in ashes.
Okay.
What the hell's going on over there?
Go over there. So it's coming from a different trajectory. They'll never trace it back to us. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Ooh, good idea. Yes.
That is blatant false advertising. I will not stand for this.
Oh god, I hope Izo doesn't see this.
Izo, what is your reaction to this?
Izo pukes into his hamper.
Upstairs, you guys hear a...
Me too, Izo.
I think Izo saw.
Oh no.
I take out my gun slowly.
Like, are you when you say that? Are you converting your guitar into a gun, or are you pulling out your guitar and holding it like a gun?
Yes.
Are you you're brandishing your guitar?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you blast from the alley and I get on the rooftops, they'll never know who set this place on fire.
They will never fucking know.
I feel like I feel like I have to intervene and say that murdering an entire bar full of people is highly illegal, and I'll have to bring you all in.
You know what's highly
you're
illegal is fucking doing that to the brew.
And if it isn't, it should be.
Poor taste. That's just in poor taste. You're talking about it's illegal.
Guys,
It's
guys,
illegal.
Laz is right. Laz is right. Let's wait until the nighttime when no one's in there and we won't kill anyone, and then we burn the place down.
Yeah, I like
Thank
it.
you, Laz.
There we
Yeah.
go. Thank you for the great idea. Yes. Laz, you're right. We should wait till nighttime.
Oz is gonna like go into the street so he can see what the hell's going on.
I don't hear any of this la 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 la. Laz sticks his fingers in his ears and just walks away. At least
the
when
resting-
Clem's gone, so I have plausible deniability.
Once the retching stops, y'all just hear a roar from upstairs, and then coughing.
And Oz, you're in the street. You can see all the happenings over at Tequila Mockingbird.
God damn it! I'll walk back.
We all know that Ads is up there with
Yeah.
them. Yeah, okay.
This still has the benefit of being a cop bar. For now.
We really have to strategize. We really need to take our business plan more seriously.
We need money. We need to renovate this place, make it 3 times the size of theirs, cover in gold, get some pyrotechnics going on. We need some funds.
We need mermaids. I'm gonna crawl into the window, come into the bar.
Okay.
Why not just come in through the fucking door? Never mind. Actually,
Oz, you know that your mother is out today. She is getting
nice.
her hair styled with her friends. Your aunt's with them and the kids as well.
Cool. Okay.
You hear through the ceiling, as if somehow he could hear you. What we need to do, you hear Izo rumbling. What we need to do is kill Erlen Trueblood.
You need to kill the Batman.
or we could just burn the brewery so then he can't make any more brew to vandalize.
I'm just gonna leave.
King's still out front. You can see that they are unloading from the cart several cardboard cutouts of this cartoon dwarf and taking it inside.
Why don't we have cardboard cutouts? That's so effective.
Because it's tacky.
We don't need cardboard cutouts. I can make fucking robots.
Well, we need more robots then. Make an animatronic of me that says hello every time someone walks by it.
That's
okay.
Are you gonna
I have
add
an
a ball
idea.
pit next?
What
Maybe.
if we artificially lower our prices and take the business at a deficit until we outperform their business after a few years, and then we buy their business, create our business, and then put our prices back up so that we can make a profit?
So at what point do we burn their place down in that plan?
Today.
Great, I love it.
This tiny little moon rat as he's walking by. That never works out. Nice try.
You also need beer to sell to do that.
Yeah, that's the more pressing concern is without the Black Beer Brewery, working with us, we're kind of not in a good spot as far as supply goes, I imagine.
Well, we have supplies from elsewhere, don't we? Aren't we partnered with all these other companies?
We are.
Well,
It was just
Ezo, you know how to
our
make
best.
beer, right? We'll just make new beer with blackjack and hookers.
We'll make better Black Bear Brew.
Yeah.
Beer.
Better Bear Brew.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, you guys do know a bunch of hookers.
We can put
drugs
in it.
We can bring the hookers.
Y'all hear a bunch of scuffling and cussing coming from upstairs as Eagle's trying to fight his way out of bed, but he's too weak, and Ads is just essentially just holding him down.
You know, I have 4 of these
He
pudding
fires
cups.
himself
What
out.
if we make beer with the pudding cups?
Beer pudding. It's a great idea.
That's some innovation.
That's tainted crazy people pudding.
King's Palace, home of the hard pudding.
Hard
Tainted crazy people pudding.
All I know is I think we should incorporate these sexy ghosts into our advertising somehow.
We can do this. You can help.
You know, for the King's Palace, we don't really look like much of a palace. Maybe if we up our game.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's do some. We had that renovation the other day, but we need more of that. But we're broke.
So we need money.
We need to become cash money millionaires.
What about that freaking that stupid treasure that we're supposed to find with the thing that we got?
Nice segue. Yes. What if we just actually get the treasure?
Yeah, if we get that treasure, then we can build this bar up and destroy our competition over across the way.
It's also the owlbear race, which we pick the right horse. No, that's a saying. Pick the right owlbear for that. That's a pretty penny there as well.
What if we bet on the other horses and then we lose on purpose and then we make a ton of money?
That's
How does
a
that
terrible
work?
plan because you need money to bet.
We solve the treasure mystery and then we bet it all on the bad owlbear.
Yes, the odds will be so good, and then we destroy the competition. And
Laz is just pinching his nose.
These ideas are so bad, Ezo's never getting out of bed.
I'm just drawing the schematics for animatronic king.
Okay.
Laz will point out that he was planning on going to Castle Waterdeep anyway, which does play into certain ideas that certain people have had. Bad ideas that other people have had, but still ideas.
I'll have to go to that one shop.
Pursuing this treasure is a wonderful idea, I think.
Also be just a great way to just get out of the bar and stretch our legs, get some fresh air. I just kind of turn and just kind of look over to wherever Caprica and Nyx are, just, surely staring daggers at me. Just somewhere a little more warm, somewhere a little less threatening feeling.
The girls are in the kitchen working on preparing food for the day. And as you're saying this, they both stop, turn, stare at you, glare, go back to cleaning.
Hey, King, what's going on with you and the girls?
Well, it's not good. I'll just say that. They're not quite happy with me.
Dumbass.
They kicked him out of his room. Me and the rats snicker.
They didn't
Sitting in your bed at night.
They didn't kick me. I was thinking about it and need that poor boy. He's so lonely down there. He needs company. He needs guidance. He needs a mentor. And I took it upon myself to go down there and just spread my wings down there and just help the boy.
You never actually talked to him, do you?
Never.
Josh, did we do our renovations? Do we have the new stuff in our house yet?
Yeah.
In
Oh,
fairness
nice.
to King, Need mumbles talks to himself so often it's hard to get a word in.
That's true.
King is taking up using earplugs at night.
When is the owlbear race, Jolly?
It is on the 15th. 8 days.
8 days. Okay.
You really need to lock in your owlbear.
So yeah, what alba are we using?
Yeah, maybe the treasure can wait.
I guess we should figure that out.
Yeah, we just need to have a conversation, right? We have all our options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
We just gotta decide. Have a vote.
Were the options written out somewhere recently? I feel like they were.
Where are they?
I feel like. Hang on. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
What?
I wonder. Maybe not.
There's too many characters.
Well, maybe we have that conversation after the treasure hunt when we've had time to think about it and mentally prepare a list.
Well, I think we should take Keelani's.
No.
No.
That's an awful idea.
We'd have to
What's
pay
wrong?
damages on the owlbear.
No,
But it's a
no,
beautiful
no.
owlbear. It's a great specimen.
It's not
We
a
can
beauty
once-
contest.
It's
We
not
can
gonna
scratch
win
the-
us the
Tell
race.
your girlfriend that you
King,
don't want.
King,
don't
you gotta
wanna
be on my
risk
side of this.
her
This is a
owlbear.
beautiful owlbear. You're a beautiful man.
It is a beautiful owlbear, but I don't want to see what it looks like after we've filled up with thrill and ride it across that track.
Oz. Think about it this way, okay? She probably doesn't want you to use her owlbear because she doesn't want her owlbear to get hurt. Because she told you gotta pay for it if she does.
But
And you can tell her that that's why you don't want any harm to come to her owlbear.
Yeah,
She'll love it.
Ooh, that is a
Shows
good
you're
excuse.
caring.
I like it. I like you guys.
No, we should go with
I have a brain sometimes, you know.
we should go with the ambassador's owlbear so we can get sweet magic items and favors.
Could one of those favors be a discreet act of arson?
It's your favor.
It is
Everybody gets a
pay.
favor. You spend your favor however you want.
Wait, we each get a favor?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, I thought there was like a limited number, like 3, like some sort of genie.
There's a limited number, and the number is 6 because there's 6 of us.
Six
What about Bully? Bully gets a favor too, right?
7 arsons.
One for each night of the week. That place is never
We
getting
need
built.
10 of those,
Please,
actually.
please
for
do
every-
not talk about arson with me in the room. Count me
I
out
want
of
the magic
arson.
item.
There's probably also other customers in the bar.
Don't worry, don't worry, lads. I'll use your
It's
arson
much
for a
too
good
early in the
purpose.
day for that. I imagine the King's Palace doesn't officially open as a bar until probably noon.
Oh, yeah, like
It's
11
like
o'clock,
11.
the typical
We
time.
open at
11.
11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, 11.
Something like
Yeah.
Maybe we should open early though and start selling some McMuffins.
Or mimosas.
Mimosas.
I don't like to, drink where I sleep. Well, I do that, but the saying.
I think it's shit where you eat or something.
In the
Well,
basement?
yeah, but that's gross.
King, you're already doing that.
And boy, am I.
Actually,
Okay, we have
actually,
police.
that will get a laughing glass.
Okay, so
what's the other options for this bear shit?
so we
Well,
have
there's the one that's scared of everything called Tiny. That's actually really big.
Titan.
Titan. But Titan's scared of everything.
Yo, what if we get Titan High though?
I mean, Thrill's known for getting rid of those sort of inhibitions.
That's true.
I think giving
We are
Thrill to
not
an owlbear is a bad idea.
drugging the owlbear.
How are we supposed to
We are
control
I mean,
a drug
I don't know the
owlbear?
rules of the
Drugging
race, but I'm
the
sure
owlbear.
drugging the owlbear would be
Stimulate.
against the
We
rules,
are
and getting
not-
caught
We're-
drugging the
We're
owlbear would be pretty
not
bad.
drugging an
Hold on,
owlbear. We're
I'm gonna-
stimulating an owlbear.
I'm going to solve something right now. You guys have a vial of Thrill. Owlbears are like 500 pounds easy. Titan is even more than that. There's no way that's going to affect them that much.
Damn it. Okay.
We can try finding more.
Oh yeah, if you want to find more, you certainly could. Like if you want to pump these owlbears full of drugs,
Nope.
you could.
No.
No.
We are not drugging the owlbear. We are not drugging the owlbear.
Okay, what kind of drugs do I got though?
It would also like finally resolve the question of like what exactly happens to people on Thrill.
Nope.
No, we are not drugging the owlbear.
Okay, if we're not gonna be able to, drug Titan into being a racing machine, I've much less confident in his chances. Tell me more about the mighty Bane.
Okay, well, considering we could
mighty.
get money from the treasure, I mean, I like the magic favor option, I guess.
I do like that idea.
Also, his
As
name is the
well.
Mighty Bane. He's gotta be good.
The Thans have a lot of cool magic shit.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I feel like Drusilla is
And-
someone we want to be on
Oh
their
yeah,
good side.
she's a fine lady.
I feel like mighty Bane's gonna have some sort of enchantment already, preloaded up on him that's gonna make him a machine.
He's probably magically engineered.
So it sounds like we want to go with Drusilla.
It's
my vote.
Let's talk about Badger for a moment, just so that we at least consider it. We
Mhm.
would have to go and help him capture the owlbear himself. I recall Badger gave us this deal before we caused his shop to be exploded and his niece to be mildly crippled, so I don't know if the deal is still as sweet.
Deal's
as
still
it
on.
would-
I don't like going outside the city. There's dragons out there.
Also, there's no quality control on a wild owlbear.
That's true. Who would we
True.
get to break a wild owlbear in the next 8 days to even pull a cart?
Yeah.
That's a good
it's not-
question.
I don't want
not
to get
gonna be well
mauled by our own
trained.
owlbear.
No, that sounds terrible.
These are all valid points, and I am satisfied now that we've gone through them. I am all down for the mighty Bane. And to confirm, it is we each get a favor, not just like a set number
That is
across the
correct.
group.
Yeah.
That is juicy. Okay, cool.
It could be it's anything within her power, or you can borrow an item from her collection of rare magic items.
And as a Thane ambassador, I imagine her power is has a potentially high ceiling. Well, of course, that's for us to find out eventually. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I am all in on Bane.
What if we dress Bully as an owlbear?
I don't think Bully can pull a cart at the same speed that a regular owlbear could.
Yeah.
You're probably right. But he would look cool.
He would look really cool.
What if we dressed him as an owlbear and switched him out for our hottest competitor?
Oh. I like
An old
that.
switcheroony.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Where's my owlbear? This is a frog." I'm like, "Oh no."
That's not a frog. No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's clearly an owlbear.
This is
I can
good
see
stuff.
Caecilius' roaring horn right now being fooled by
What
this,
if
yeah.
we drug the audience instead of the owlbear?
Where will
And,
we get that much
Drug
thrill?
the judge.
and have Doc Ward 2.0?
I think
He
this
didn't
is
say
the
with
best
thrill.
brainstorming session we've ever
That's
had.
true.
I say with thrill.
Les is kind of creeping upstairs.
Mhm.
Like,
What if instead of
Where-
racing, we just steal the money?
You know, that would just cut out a lot of the middleman around here. Let's.
There's no
Where are they
prestige,
keeping
though.
the pot?
Now
The
we're
prize pot has to be kept somewhere before they give it out.
Do you think anyone knows we're doing crimes?
Laz knows.
No, Laz has been covering his ears this whole time. He is completely innocent of all this. Isn't that right, Laz?
Oh yeah, Laz doesn't know
Multiple
anything.
arsons, drugging owlbears. I'm not okay with any of this. I will bring you all in.
To be fair, I don't think we've done that many crimes. We just talk about doing crimes a lot.
Yeah, you're right. We just all talk. No action.
Yeah,
Never mind,
it's funny, Laz. Haha.
We do a lot of good.
You hear from the kitchen. Seems to be a lot of that going around these days. A lot of talk, no action.
Well, on that note, let's go hunt some treasure.
Emotional
Speaking of
damage.
fireballs, that was a good one.
Ooh. Give this man some burn cream.
All right, so someone grab the map. Let's go explore the sick Castle Waterdeep. Let's do this.
And some lemons.
I guess on our way to the castle, we should stop by the Thayan embassy to let her know that we want to use her owlbear, the mighty bane.
Yes.
That or you
Yeah.
can send a message from using the postal company or whatever.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
or just send a message.
I mean, how many of us have actually met Drusilla in person? This could be a fun experience. We could see her deal. Maybe she has the mighty bane there for us to view.
We've all met her in person.
You're right.
I think almost all of you were there on that date I went on with her. She's been at both fights.
That's right. I just don't think King has actually talked to her. So, okay, that makes sense.
That could be.
If you guys would like to go over to the embassy, you certainly could.
Is it on the way to the castle?
Probably not. I mean, it's in the same ward, but it's not on the way.
I feel like
No need. Send a message. Or,
yeah.
well, talking to them
I'll just get my
personally is
hopes up.
nicer. More formal.
Maybe we could do it on the way back. We've got 8 days. We could do this on the back end of today if need be.
We literally live next to a courier. Let's go.
Okay. So you guys make your way over to Castle Waterdeep. Or not Castle Waterdeep, but the Palace of Waterdeep.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is your... Oh, you guys are over there. You're all the way over here now. Boom.
Oh no, we're in the ocean. We're gonna try.
But not over there. But yeah, you guys make your way over there. We actually got a different screen for that. There you go. So, the Palace of Waterdeep is this ostentatious fortification. Has the sigils of Waterdeep displayed on big banners and tapestries out front. There are a lot of guards kicking around. A lot of city guard, a lot of city watch. It is particularly heavy. On your way over here, you saw Tanabast arresting some people. They appeared to have been Zentara members. But yeah, as you arrive here, you can, in addition to typical like knights and just sort of common soldiers, you'll also occasionally see armored individuals with hoods on, and you can see that the edges of the hood, the trim of them, are laced with arcane runes, and they're all wearing little sigils of the noble order of magists and protectors. Vivi, you have enough experience. You know that these guys are eldritch knights associated with the noble order, and they're an extra layer of security here. But if you guys want to go in, they're not like they're not patting everybody down, although everybody is going to have to like pass through some sort of basic security check. They're just going to like make sure you leave weapons in your sheaths or anything like that.
They want us to get rid of our weapons?
No, just make sure that like make sure that
Don't
your weapons
take them
stay
out.
sheathed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah,
around
yeah,
gesticulating with your sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But as you guys head in, go across the main plaza. There are any number of people milling about. Some of them look to be city officials. Some of them look to be bureaucrats and guild members. And there is a surprising number of tourists here. There are tour guides around who are like explaining bits about the architecture and history of Waterdeep. And a little halfling will approach you guys. Hello there, folks. Looking for a tour?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Corin Dagger Shop's the name.
Pleasure.
Yo, nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
How's Blueblood?
You can call me King.
Oz Blueblood. I swear I've heard that name before.
I mean, there was
Famous.
literally a medal ceremony a few days ago, but that's besides the point.
I see the world.
Right. Right.
The whole town knows us, probably.
Are any of you wearing your medals?
No.
Definitely.
I have
I'm
like
definitely
everyone
wearing
medal.
this medal.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got mine just like in my pocket because
Yeah.
like I'm not in my my LT grade disguise. So
He's just
Okay,
wearing
yeah,
it proudly on his chest.
It clashes with my
He'll,
outfit.
Corin will remark on those. And he'll start giving you like a tour around the place, noting the architecture, like the history of the Palace of Waterdeep, how it used to be called Peregrine's Palace. The Palace of Waterdeep is distinct from Castle Waterdeep. These are two different installations with different civic purposes. Please do not get them confused. Talks about like so Peregrine's Palace, aka the Palace of Waterdeep, is an actual like civic building. This is where the seat of government is in Waterdeep. The Castle Waterdeep used to be the old head of government. However, it is now currently a garrison for the city guard, and it is an emergency sanctuary should the city fall under attack. It hasn't had to be used for that in quite some time, but if the city's walls should fail, the Castle Waterdeep is where people are to retreat to.
A bunker.
In essence, yes. But yeah, he's showing you around. Lazarus, give me a perception check.
Okie doke.
Yeah. Anyway,
Does Waterdeep get hit with hurricanes?
it gets hit with powerful storms. Corin will remark that they're actually overdue for a pretty nasty blizzard that blows in once a decade called Oriole's Bite. When that thing blows through, like, it'll snow for days in Waterdeep. Temperatures plunge well below freezing. It can actually be quite dangerous. He'll even remark that some of the city officials are actually concerned about field ward should Oriole's Bite come back through. He's just sort of like explaining the history of this place until he takes you to a rotunda within the palace. This thing has a big skylight in the center of it that shines down a lot of natural light onto the floor, which you can see is inlaid with a beautiful mural, a 2-scale replica or 2-scale map of the entire city of Waterdeep. In this rotunda has like tons of people going through it at any given point. Skylight, several statues and other sort of marble work, and other than the map, the other dominating feature of the rotunda is this 35-foot tall statue of the old open lord of Waterdeep, Daggal Neverember. And like Corin is explaining this to you as he's standing in front of it. He explains that Daggal was the open lord of Waterdeep until approximately 5 years ago, when he was deposed from that position by the masked lords who was replaced with Laeral Silverhand. The statue of Daggal Neverember is quite striking. He is wearing armor and a long flowing cloak. He has his foot up on some sort of block and is pointing with one hand off towards the horizon. As if showing something, as if like showing something to somebody, or like gesturing off to the horizon or something like that.
I'd like to follow the kind of the direction that he's pointing and see what's in the direction that he's pointing.
When you follow that, it like he's pointing at a bare stone dome, stone wall.
Bare stone wall. And does anything on either the wall or the statue look like it would slot that stone into it?
It would not.
Okay.
Question: would the Maztecan capital have statues bigger than this one, or is this one actually like impressive to King?
This is pretty big. You have seen bigger.
Seen bigger.
Your grandmother, Agitaria, probably had statues of herself that were 50 feet tall, if not larger.
I mean, there are literally like the walking statues all over Waterdeep.
Oh yeah,
true. Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are the walking statues of Waterdeep, which range from, assuming they were standing, assuming one is standing at full height, it's probably like 50 feet tall. So, like the largest ones were reported to be 60 to 70.
I always forget about those. Those aren't like actively walking, are they?
They are not. No, they are not walking anymore. Actually, here I'll Corin is sort of explaining this to you. He's just like, no, statues don't walk anymore. They walked during the spell plague. I almost tore the whole place apart.
I feel like I would have like noticed that they're walking around. Okay.
How long ago was the spell plague again?
I don't know. Let's go with 50 years.
Not that long ago.
Okay. So
yeah, maybe not even
but
that long ago.
Recent memory, but probably older than last.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
There are definitely people still surviving who remember it.
Okay.
Here's a question about the map in the rotunda. Is that kept up to date in any way, or is that just kind of like a snapshot of when it was made?
That's a good question. Corin's just like, I'm not really sure. A lot of people don't ask about the map.
Does it have a place called King's Palace on there? Right about here.
It doesn't go into like specific buildings. It doesn't do that.
Well, I mean, it'd be very helpful. People would know where places of business are, where landmarks are. Here, we can get a little paint, and we can just sketch that on there, just so people know the future.
I mean, you could certainly try. However, it's preserved by magic, mate.
I mean, maybe my magic. I'm trying a little magic of my own. I'll try and just minor illusion a picture of King's Palace at the spot where it would be.
Okay, yeah, you try to you conjure up a little illusion there. It hangs there for a minute. You draw the attention of one of those Eldritch Knights, who like gives you a look. King.
Oh.
Sort of gestures with his hand. Please get rid of it.
Understood. And I just dismiss
it. Distances himself from King.
Yeah, as soon as you let it go, he gives you a polite nod and walks on.
What's the guy do some advertising around here? Jeez.
A side note, I wanted to ask maybe if I could have registered myself with the mages during the 2 days or something.
Oh, sure,
Just get that squared up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so you're not in danger of being arrested again.
Yes.
Is there anything cool like to steal?
Not from the fucking.
Like there is.
Izo walks
there's
far away.
Probably like nothing that would be easily stealable within the Rotunda Oz, other than like the contents of pockets. You could pickpocket. There are like marble busts and things like that one could take. However, I mean it's going to be very conspicuous and heavy.
Yeah. It's fine.
I imagine they're probably bigger than Oz.
Laz is just doing like a slow amble around the rotunda. Like that amble that you do in like a museum or something like that, where you're just kind of idly looking at things. But he's just like actively checking out the walls and the statues for anything that sticks out to him.
Give me investigation on Laz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like also looking at like where the hand points to and where
snap.
that calculates like bounces off of, and I'm like tracing all like the bouncing off of pointers on all the walls and stuff.
Okay, so
you've got an actual laser pointer out.
Yes. King is trying to follow it.
I'm trying to follow the laser pointer while ambling.
I'm gonna take a lime and spray it on all the paintings so I can see if there's any secret. Just kidding. I'm not doing that.
They're not gonna let you.
So Laz, you have you got a Sherlock Holmes moment here, Guy Ritchie moment, as you think back to what you know about the stone and whatnot. You know that the quote unquote compass that you have is a sphere of black rock embedded with what everybody says are diamonds. You know from the notes that you found that they are not in fact diamonds, they are prisms meant to refract light. This rotunda has a very noticeable skylight, and you would estimate that between the hours of 11 and 12 during the day, the sun would be in just the right position to shine directly through that rotunda. Or right directly through that skylight, providing a shaft of sunlight. And as you're looking around, you're like, but the issue here is, okay, it refracts light, but depending on, and assuming it would have to do something with the map, right? The issue though is, like, how far away from that map do you need to be? Because if you're too close, it's not going to work. It's, and then you stop and you like look at the statue and where it's pointing. It's not pointing at a destination, you realize. It's pointing at an elevation.
Oh.
You need to get the prism. Good. You need to get the prism up into the air about 25 feet during the hours of 11 to 12 on a sunny day in this rotunda. It then dawns on you that 11 to 12 is going to be one of the busiest hours in this place.
Fucking day.
Yeah, that's... Ugh. That's gonna
worse.
Be interesting.
And to complicate it further, if there are too many people moving on that map, you're not going to be able to really see where the light's going to shine.
Are you telling us all this?
Yes.
In character, Laz?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not here.
No.
Okay.
How sunny is it today?
It's a sunny day.
Okay. What time is it right now?
Let's go with... That's a good question. Let's, hang on. Okay, I'm going to assume you woke up at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's noon. Oh. Well, I'll cut you some slack. It is 11:45.
Mm-hmm.
Is the palace open every day of the week to the public?
Yes.
Is there any like maintenance days or like janitorial days where no one would be in
holidays?
Here? Any holidays?
Coming
that would be closed.
If we well,
are there any fire alarms on the walls?
No fire alarms. Yes, Isa?
I was gonna say, is there anywhere to sit down?
Yeah, there are benches.
I'm assuming.
All right, Isa goes sits on a bench because he's tired because he's still in pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's a little busy right now, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And how big is this space?
Probably 200-foot diameter.
Okay.
We would have
maybe.
To do...
I'm terrible with like room measurements and things like that. It's big.
Knowing what Laz knows about how the city operates, the laws of the city, that sort of thing, is there... What would it take to clear this room?
Okay, I was closer than I thought. Good question.
I was thinking just make a distraction in another room.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say,
I think I think
Yeah.
a Gemheim Ermenegild Moreau performance would clear the room. I can just go play a song, tell a story. I can get a crowd if we need to kind of distract people and get them into one area of the rotunda. I think I could handle
That
that.
probably won't work with the guards.
I mean,
Not sure how many other people we want seeing whatever comes out of this.
if one of the guards out of here, I can make myself a nuisance and make them deal with me. It might suck for me, but I can annoy them and get them to follow me. It might not go well for me though.
Okay.
Wait. No, I have a good idea. I actually have the smoke bomb thing. What I could do is go into a different room, light it off. Everyone's like, "What the fuck's going on? Oh no!" And then it distracts them. Everyone goes over to there to figure out what's going on.
It feels like we're planning some sort of heist.
And then the room is empty.
So, just as a brief aside, Josh, to facilitate this sort of like troubleshooting, can we say that we kind of set a time and place, or like a corner of the building to quietly meet and talk this out?
Totally. Yeah, sure. I'm assuming you guys are doing this in a way that is demonstrating basic competence, so you're fine.
Thank you for being so generous to us.
Thank you for being so generous to us.
You're welcome.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
So, I mean, I think... I really think if we need to get people out of here, I feel like I can be pretty distracting. How do we get it up in the altitude is another challenge.
As far as the arcane guards, are there any notable like rogue wizards or like criminal warlocks of the or on the prowl that they'd be particularly looking for? Because I can disguise myself to look like some sort of magic criminal and get them to chase me.
If you were to disguise yourself as a magic criminal, it's probably like a very high up magic criminal, and something very bad would probably happen to you.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. So Laz's preference is to do this in a way that does not end any of the group on a wanted poster. Just a personal preference. Does anybody in the group have Mage Hand? Let's start there. Is it even possible to get this up 25 feet?
Oh, I have Mage Hand. I mean, I just magic up a little spectral claw and just gonna like wish it back and forth. Like, yeah, I can do that. It's easy. It's beginner stuff.
I have Levitate.
Levitate would help too.
Also works.
Wait. Who owns this place? Why don't we just ask them for some privacy or something? I don't know. Is that stupid?
They're not going to clear a civic building because you just walked up and said, "Hey, can we have a moment alone with this map?"
It doesn't have to be that.
Our great Uncle Jerry always wanted his ashes poured out on the map of Waterdeep.
We're clever people. We can make up a story. We can do something.
I think the Gemheim distraction is probably one of the best options.
I mean, I can literally charm people when I'm performing, so I feel like I'm pretty good. Like, you guys aren't giving me enough credit here, and it's a little offending, to be honest.
Can you charm like a bunch of people? What if you charm a guard? Wouldn't they be like pissed or something because they're magical?
Well, if it's a performance, you see, if it's natural, they don't even know unless it works. It works, but if it doesn't work, they don't even know. So I can't get everyone, but I can kind of get the notables in the room, and they get my story. We just need a couple minutes, right? Like, I think I should really, get a crowd going.
And that's when we drug them.
We're not drugging anyone. Question, Josh. Question for the GM. Would they clear the room for a high-level diplomat?
Possibly.
I can disguise myself.
I could do that.
That's what you're thinking.
Maybe we could tell Drusilla to meet us here to talk about the owlbear race. And we want privacy.
You're freaking Mastican. There's a Mastican ambassador in the city.
Oh, there's that too.
That's a good idea. I think that makes more sense if we try not to get in trouble.
I will stress they would probably clear a room like this for high level diplomats, assuming there's a reason for it.
Okay.
You know, if some ambassador comes in and just says, "I want this gigantic rotunda cleared of all these people going about their business," because it entertains me, they're not going to do that. So.
Well, maybe it's like a security thing, you know? Like
there's totally. I'm just telling you, you're going to have to come up with a reason as well.
When a high level security person or like high level person's famous and their security's at risk, maybe they just want to clear out the area.
Yeah, maybe we need to make a threat against the person before we invite them here.
His radiance.
This is far.
I
too
like
much.
that one.
That's far too much.
His radiance, King Gymnast of Mestica, wants to see the map of Waterdeep, but it has to be inspected to make sure there's no traps or any chance of any sort of ne'er-doing here, and we need to inspect it.
At noon.
At noon exactly. He's coming after lunch. And he's a fast eater.
We have 15 minutes. 10 probably now. 5 probably now.
No, my 10. Thought is that we're in planning phase and we would come back on another Sunday.
Yeah, we just go tomorrow.
Okay, but like maybe we could just try. Maybe we could just try to do it today, and if we fail, we come back tomorrow.
Well, try the distraction, and then
King
may hand the thing up there.
I only paid for an afternoon pass. If I knew we were going to come back tomorrow, I would have gone a 2-day pass.
I don't know who you paid, King, but it's free to get in here. You got ripped off by some.
Oh, God damn it, those orphans!
We keep Corin in a side hallway, like, counting his money.
I'll deduct 1 gold for myself right now.
I mean, we can. The problem is anything where we fail runs the risk of exposing the thing.
The thing.
It's true.
No risk, no reward.
I mean, so we think it's going to show us a place on the map. So we really just need people not looking at the map for like a second or like a minute, right?
Including the guards, which probably won't move for a distraction.
Are the guards standing like right next to the map?
What if I
the map pretty much is most of the floor.
Weird question about the way the memory gem works.
That I didn't. What?
When we view images stored in the memory gem, how is it displayed?
Probably like
3D hologram.
Yeah, it's like a 3D hologram. Projects out to like 3 feet or so.
3 feet. But it would be like scaled for that size, or is it like life size?
It would be scaled to that size.
Okay, dang. Okay. I was gonna do some. Okay, yeah. In which case, taking a memory gem picture and doing the thing to the picture wouldn't work. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Laz, so you're familiar enough with procedure. Other possible ways to like clear a room like this or to get guards out would be like some sort of safety concern.
Mm-hmm.
Oz's smoke bottle plan was not a bad idea.
No, I was thinking that. I just don't want to indulge Oz by giving him the idea that he doesn't have bad ideas.
What?
Sounds like Oz is trying to gaslight. I mean, Laz is trying to gaslight Oz, and that's
bad friend, Laz. Bad friend.
Well, to be fair, if the smoke bottle bleeds out into the map area and covers what we're trying to look at, that could be bad.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
But I'd be far enough away to distract them. guards in some way. But I mean, we're all doing that, right? The risk is if we use magic, right, inside of the area, isn't that like against the rules?
Yes.
They'll notice. Yeah.
I mean, we're about to create a distraction in a civic building to clear a room to view a treasure map. I'm fairly certain we're breaking rules no matter what.
What if we just
struggling with.
Yeah, but some are more obvious rules broken than others, right?
What if we just did all of our plans at once? Jim does his performance to get the crowd out. I disguise myself as the whiz burglar and lure the guards out. Laz goes up, takes the picture, and the smoke clears our escape.
But you're the one who could do mage hand.
Go ahead.
Damn.
we can't clear our escape.
Wait, what's
all
on
your plans? And you forget to bring the mage hand guy.
Oh my god.
So,
That'd be so bad.
Vivi, you have anything that makes a lot of noise?
A lot of noise, a lot of noise. See, almost anything in my pocket makes a lot of noise.
I feel like in order to
You currently have 8 days.
See?
So basically what I am thinking is that anything like the smoke distraction isn't going to register as a threat without some sort of other sensory output.
I hand him an air horn with like different options on it.
Fire can be
Smoke
quiet.
can be really bad if like spells. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we could just yell fire while it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I could make a minor illusion of like an explosion sound if you want that.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm like turning the knobs on the air horn. Explosion, party, regular air horn.
All right. Jim.
Dinosaur.
Godzilla.
Another dinosaur, third dinosaur.
A bunch of dinosaur
What?
options.
It's
Is there
mostly
any...
just dinosaurs.
mostly just dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus roar.
Generic dragon roar.
Don't play that one near Ezo.
Let's just do this.
I'll cross it out.
Yeah. So, is there any sort of law or rule about performances outside of civic buildings?
Outside?
In
No.
the general vicinity thereof.
Mm.
Okay. So, Jem, you get to perform.
Yeah.
If you can do that outside to draw a crowd, draw people out, but also keep people from coming in, it'll make the distraction part easier and a little less chaotic.
What if you look like a famous traveling band member?
I mean, he is famous. Bard.
Yeah, I'm a famous local artist. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
You have heard of a famous traveling singer by the name of Ziggus Moondust.
That is also true.
I've even heard of him all the way in Azteca.
However, let's pick something that we want to do.
Yeah.
So I need to
Definitely
be with Laz to mage hand the sphere up with him, and then for him to analyze it, correct?
Yes.
So the question is, do we want to try smoke bomb or do we want to try performance? What's the
Performance.
distraction we want
Well,
to
we
go
can
with?
do both.
That's safer.
Well, I
like
thought we were
both.
doing both. Yeah, let's just do both.
Double the distractions.
How are those going to interact with each other?
Laz, shut up. We're doing both.
I didn't say anything.
I know. I'm preemptively telling you to shut up. We're doing both. Otherwise, it's going to be midnight by the time we do anything.
Wait, Jem, I'll go with you. I could. No, I don't really need to play the guitar.
All right, fair.
I mean,
Yeah,
I could
let's
play the
do it.
guitar. Also, I have the freaky flailing inflatable snake man. That'll attract attention.
Okay. So Vivi and Jim are heading outside to provide, like generic distraction, trying to keep
Performance.
people from going in. Laz
Yes.
and King are on, actual map duty. So Ezo and Oz doing smoke plan.
Yep.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So, given that, and we'll assume you guys are coordinated enough to have like a level of synchronization to this. So,
Here, last
Jim,
while I'm mage handing up the thing, you take the memory gem and take a picture of whatever results happen. Though, before you do that, do not look at what's already saved on there. I swear to all that is holy and pristine, do not look at what is already saved on there. Just take a new picture.
King, you gotta
Laz is
clear
just
your
gonna raise
history.
both
Come on.
eyebrows.
Jim Hutton, give me a performance check with advantage.
Okay. I will do that.
Wow.
24.
Okay. So
As
Jim,
I begin singing a song of a love, long past.
And I'm playing the guitar softly in the background.
Nice. Okay. So
I would want to say that anyone. So I want to kind of like, as I'm giving this performance, look at people who are paying attention to me. And if I can find like the if there are any guards paying attention, definitely them. But the like 4 kind of most like respectable of the bunch from Gemheim's perspective. So like the most maybe wealthy or like ostentatious and
The most human.
Yeah.
Yes. And they have to be listening to me and paying attention, but if I can hold anyone's attention for a minute, those 4 people are making a save against being charmed by me.
Okay.
Cool.
And they just like idolize me. They'll speak glowingly of me to anyone who talks to them. They will hinder anyone who opposes me. And
Interesting. Okay.
And if they succeed, they don't know that I tried to charm them.
Okay, so I'm going to say that you're doing this, and there are some of those Eldritch Knights kicking around. They save against your effect, obviously, but but like you said, they don't recognize it as a charm.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Oz and Ezo, one of you give me a stealth check with advantage.
Can I put on my cloak for this?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Do
I'll come
it.
back. Okay. Let's take a look here. Should we put on some like spy music?
Bum, 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 bum. Wow.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
So Oz, you get a couple of rooms over, get into an optimal position, and deploy the ever-smoking bottle. Oz, are you going to try and like stay in the room to recover your bottle, or are you just going to leave it?
Oh, I'm staying. Yeah,
Okay.
no way.
Okay. So,
I would never leave my bottle.
Fair.
Is this... Josh, I have a question. Is this
Yes.
a room that just anybody can be in? We're just like a couple rooms over?
Let's assume like it's a bathroom or something like that. Sure.
Also, I'm gonna.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do as my part of this. I'm gonna take my pants off. I'm gonna sit on the toilet, like somebody just using the bathroom. And then once he sets the smoke off, I'm gonna start yelling, "Help! Smoke! Help!" Trying to get the guard's attention and stuff, like an innocent bystander in danger.
Okay.
And then,
go ahead, Oz.
I want to kind of memorize how I walked in and out of the building, because I'm gonna take the smoke with me as I'm running out.
Oh, so you're gonna have this giant moving cloud of smoke.
Eventually, so I'm gonna let it go for a little bit, but then I also want to escape eventually with the smoke going.
Okay, we'll cover that when the time comes. So you deploy your ever smoking bottle. Meanwhile, out in the rotunda. Actually, no. Ezo, go ahead and give me a deception or performance check, whichever is better for you. To try and get people distracted.
Fire, help.
Well,
I'm taking a shit.
I'm just gonna do this because it's the same.
Oof.
Okay.
I didn't bring any water with me, and I'm still groggy, so nobody can just fucking hear me. I don't know.
The bottle is deployed, and let me do something here. Okay. The probably like next 10 seconds go by without anything really happening, and then suddenly you hear people out in the rotunda just start shouting, "Smoke, smoke!" There is a clank of metal, and eventually, like several, Oz, you can hear a bunch of guards coming into this room. Out in the rotunda, people are there is a knight like gesturing for people to please make an exit. Everybody move in a single file line, orderly, calm. Please, please don't panic. We have everything's under control, and people start clearing the rotunda, including guards. Guards start going to go deal with this fire that they believe is broken out, leaving a king and a Lazarus alone. I would like the two of you to give me a stealth check just to just to be sort of inconspicuous as people are filing out.
I'm going to use an inspiration on this to try and kind of protect myself a little.
Okay.
Oh no.
Laz.
Hold on.
Hold on. Can you use your inspiration on somebody else?
I think so.
I think I can give it to him. I think
let's say sure for now.
All right.
I will take it. Thank you. Oh god.
Wow, Laz. Okay.
At least it's not a nat 1.
It's true.
That's true.
Okay. So Lazarus, people do notice you still around. However, like they point, they're like, "Oh, he's a watchman. That's fine. Okay, this makes sense." They start filing out.
Got him.
And leaving you two alone in the room. But probably not for long.
All right, so I just need to mage hand this thing up and just move it around until it shines something on the map. Just tell me what to do here.
Exactly that.
All right,
Quick.
I do so. I summon the mage hand, grab the sphere, zoom it up to until Laz tells me to I've got the right elevation, and I just start slowly turning it until Laz tells me I've got the right angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, since King is manipulating it, but doing it at Laz's discretion, Lazarus, give me an investigation. All right, so as you are manipulating this thing, King, and shining lights onto the map here. Hang on, I've got something for you guys. Nope. What am I doing? What have I done? Okay. All right, there we go. So, Lazarus, you noticed because the prisms on this thing are asymmetrical and irregular, it's casting all sorts of number of beams as it's being rotated until at one point it the way it's shining has an interesting pattern to it. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the map here for you. Boop.
Okay, turning.
Hold.
Right now.
That's yeah, right there. Memory gem, and I'm just sort of making mental note of where all the pictures are, or where all of the lights are. Is that one per ward?
No.
Okay. They're the walking statues.
Yes, they are.
As I'm kind of holding it in place, I am looking towards the ice, trying to see if any of the guards are starting to filter back in yet.
Yeah. After a second or two, you do notice that there are some guards coming. You can hear some guards returning.
You got the picture,
stash it.
right? I just dismiss it, and actually no, I bring it back down. I'm not gonna let this thing fall. I bring it back down and stow it away.
Lazarus, you also hear a cool coming from probably 30 feet above you, up somewhere on the statue.
Okay.
I look up.
You don't see anything, but you do suddenly hear like flapping.
It's Artemis.
Goddamn
That
familiars.
is ominous. Don't like it. All right, we're about to have some competition, so let's move.
So I didn't hear or notice the laughing or flapping away, correct?
Actually, with that low roll, no, you probably did actually.
Is it within 60 feet of me?
It would not be.
Damn. Okay. Because
Lazarus,
mind spike that full.
your thing allows you to remember anything you've seen and heard in the past month, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you've heard that voice before. Belonged to this guy.
Yep.
Yep. Imp.
Knew it. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
It always comes back to the fucking castle lanterns.
Oh.
But
Damn, the 60
we
feet
don't
as
know.
well.
Yeah, but we don't know he's a familiar. I just know that.
True.
moon
You just know that moon rat. Yeah.
rat. Laz raises one eyebrow. That's good to know. Huh.
Well, at least we know it's just
Okay.
one other person who got this. But ugh.
I'm trying to make my escape.
Okay, Oz, give me a stealth check.
Okay. Because I'm running. I'm trying to run to the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also need to escape.
Oh, not bad.
Okay. Izo, so you want to try and sneak out?
I want to try and get out in a way that it makes it that's inconspicuous. Either as like just a patron trying to escape, or as a watchman trying to like investigate what's happening.
Mhm.
Just generally not draw attention to myself.
The guards have no reason to suspect you any sort of foul play on your part. So as they're coming in, like investigating, they hear you shouting for help, because once they're in the room, they definitely hear you, and they just sort of like escort you through the smoke and point you to the right direction, and you could just sort of like get out of there.
Great. Perfect.
Oz, so you pick up your bottle, and because your cloud sort of expands over time, part of the trick is to like keep moving with that bottle, but you can't move too fast, otherwise they'll kind of notice. So you're sort of like moving slowly through the smoke cloud so they don't realize that it's actively running. But
if
once
there's
you
a
get
window that I remember, I'm probably gonna just jump out the window.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
Is there
and with a
windows? I don't know.
24, you totally do that.
Okay,
Jump out the
cool.
window with your bottle.
I turn off my bottle and I run.
Right. And we'll assume you guys meet back, like street over. We'll put you like over here.
When we meet back up, I am disguised selfed as a human wearing a jumpsuit that has black and white stripes and a wizard hat with matching black and white stripes and a big beard. And I'm just scanning everyone.
I'm eating a hot dog I got at a street vendor on the way to the meetup point.
I just like the wizard burglar idea. All right, robble.
You look great.
That's great. We have a problem. Somebody else knows.
Who? Who could have possibly seen them?
I thought we got everybody out.
It sounded like I I've got to be going crazy. It sounded like one of the moon rats.
One of the moon
One
rats?
with the one with the weird eye.
Oh, Ben.
He's wearing like an eye patch. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great, Laz. Yeah, we'll find the moon rat. Okay.
I know all the moon rats by name.
I checked to see if he's eaten one of my puddings.
I mean, I heard it too. And yes, you're not gonna find pudding. We're out of pudding. I've checked.
I have 4 pudding cups, unless you've been stealing them.
Don't we know that Ben is an imp? We saw him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we know.
No,
that.
I mean me and Jem. And we said that. Just me and Jem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And would it be part of the ring thing we talked about with the Castellanters to say that he's an imp? We can't talk about it.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I didn't realize it's muted. Yes, it totally is part of the... Yes, only you two know. Mm-hmm. And yes, it totally falls within the parameters of your ring deal. And Oz, you have 3 pudding cups.
What?
There's one empty pudding cup. The pudding contents having been eaten.
King?
What? Believe me, I would not be hiding my pudding.
You see in your pack, Oz, little pudding covered rat prints.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Laz just gives the what are you doing sort of.
I need that shit for schemes later.
Well, so you think it's that moon rat? You think it's one of them? Which one do you think it is specifically?
He said the one with the iPad is Ben. Jem, you remember Ben? He was the one that.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah, I forgot, but now
It's the 2 of them.
I knew we should have killed them all when we had the chance.
It's bad. It's bad that he knows.
The moon rats are the final boss.
Is it too late to hire an exterminator? I feel like we could get a rat exterminator.
No.
I feel like this whole city's filled with rats and rat exterminators.
No, I think it's a really good idea for us to pursue this and see what Ben is all about.
Or probably not. It's probably a bad idea to pursue where Ben went. Jem.
I think it's a great. Can I speak with you, Vivi?
Yeah.
Why are the 2 of you being weird? I mean, weirder than normal.
They're engaged, Laz.
I have a
They're
son. I
engaged,
know how the
Jim.
mechanics of that work.
Oh yeah.
Lovers spat. Vivi, come over here real quick. Come over here.
Yeah.
I just think this could be an opportunity for everybody else to figure out what we know, but we don't actually have to tell them, so we don't, whatever,
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it's pretty dangerous.
Yes,
what we're leading them into.
but they would know that we went there and we brought them there, and I don't really want to go back to them. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we technically don't have to go there ourselves, but they totally saw them. They went to pick us up, and so they know that we're all friends and shit. So.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I mean, I like the idea, but I don't want to get in trouble with them.
Yeah, you're right. They're scary as fuck.
Yeah, scary as fuck.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe maybe it'll all solve itself when we try to find this treasure, because it sounds like they're also trying to find it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can end up sharing. It's fine. We'll be good. It's fine. Okay, back to the group. Break.
I put an arm around Laz as we're watching. Young love.
Are they supposed to get married or something?
We're not in. Never mind.
Well, so if someone else is after this treasure, maybe we should hurry up, right? What do we see?
Vivi, you know all the moon rats. Did you give them anything with wings?
I mean, I did make a little jetpack, not really wings, for a couple of them.
You gave one of them a jetpack?
I took a little one. They're rats.
Why don't you give me a jetpack?
They're little. Are you little?
No, but just make a bigger jetpack.
I pull out the little one of the little jetpacks. Is this gonna fit you? No.
We'll make a bigger one.
Old Jenkins is just like, this is the most you ever had. Flying around.
Rats are bad enough without being able to fly.
Let's see. I have at least 3 rats with me at all times. At least today. I don't know which ones, but they are with me somewhere on my person.
There.
Yep.
This is my fucking game now.
The moon rat boss fight's gonna be brutal. I can feel it.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
We're gonna
Action will be destroyed by just sheer action economy.
Josh, this feels like the turn in Curse of Strahd all over again. Can't wait to just tell everybody I told you so.
They're great
Well-
helpers.
Well, rats or no rats, what's our next step?
Did we ever see that note
So the
with
map,
the
whatever you
ambassador?
found out about the map.
Yeah, what'd you see?
Laz will explain what the pattern was, that it showed up on the walking statues, blah, blah, blah. He will also make note that there are 2 that are pretty close to here, as Pigs would be more than happy to tell us.
Yep.
Wait, so what do these statues have to do with the treasure?
Les will shrug. Haven't figured that out yet.
Give me investigation, Les.
Okay. I will do that. Roll 1. Ha!
Nice.
Les,
Yes.
I will point out that when the light was shining on the map, it illuminated 7 points on the map, which correspond with walking statues. However, Waterdeep has 8 walking statues.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh yeah, the Sword Maiden.
You tell us that?
Yes, I will absolutely tell everybody that. Okay. Sorry, I just didn't see that because it was too far to the right on my map and didn't show my screen. Sorry. So
And you know that
yeah,
this stone is a compass.
So, is Sword Maiden directly to the east of us? No, it's far to the northeast.
Northeast.
Mhm.
Well, compasses point in a direction. I say we head that way.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
So we smash cut to you guys over here. The Sword Maiden. It's a bit of an exaggeration to say it's a walking statue. The Sword Maiden, back when it was functional, was a normal walking statue, in that it was like 60 feet tall and went on a rampage. It was, however, severely damaged during its rampage and ended up falling over and breaking into multiple pieces. Over the course of several decades, pieces and hunks of the Sword Maiden were eventually like taken away, refurbished into like other things, or broken down into material, construction material and things like that. Some people have like hunks of it as a souvenir. The biggest chunk of the Sword Maiden that is still around is like 80% of the head. Like the head itself is more or less intact and partially embedded in the ground. Daggal Neverember turned the plaza, or turned the little area where it fell into a small public park, where visitors can come. As you guys are arriving here, there are like a couple of like kitschy little stands where you can buy where they're like vendors peddling like small jewelry or hot cider, small snacks, things like that. You have a little playground that is like built around one of the hunks of the arm, like kids can like slide down the arm and stuff like that. And you have the head, which is like sort of the main attraction. There is a little entranceway. You can walk into the head, which is more or less hollow. And as you're in there, the floor inside the head is like this nice marble. And there's a stairwell that you can take up and exit the head up around eye level. And you have a nice sort of little balcony up there. And you can observe the park and the surrounding area of the city. So you could like see out to like probably here from this head.
Okay.
Cool.
It's just a nice little park.
Okay, so 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, have we been followed? Like, do I hear that voice anymore?
Roll me perception.
Okay.
You are 100% certain you have not been followed.
Okay. Second. Looking out over the horizon, I, the player, not Last because he's not seen the movie, but I, the player, am wondering if this is not like a second mummy sort of thing, and we have to keep using this compass repeatedly to get around the city.
Interesting theory.
So, is there anything on the skyline or anything like that that calls to mind any of the shapes of the prisms on the stone?
No.
Okay.
Can I just investigate around the park?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody else is free to do that as well. Either investigation or perception, whichever is your better.
I like
It's
the
hard to see out of
perception
two
about
black eyes.
I like the perception about the kids in particular. If any of them look shady or like they might be like watching us.
Sure.
Or if they could be good labor for the bar.
That too.
Laz,
Making sure they're not all halflings in disguise.
Yeah, that's a popular strategy. I'll have you know.
Sorry.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, Oz, would you like to roll perception or investigation? I don't see Jimheim either.
Sure, why not? What's better, my perception or my investigation?
Okay.
They're both not that amazing. Look at that.
Okay.
I'm too distracted. I'm thinking of like a bunch of different like heist plays in my head and imagining myself in them.
For me, it's hard to see out of two black eyes.
Gotcha. King, you're inspecting those children, like trying to like get a read on them, see if any of them are watching you. And after a minute or two, like a mother like sees you and just sort of takes her kid and sort of like scoots down like away from you on the bench. They don't appear to be trouble in any kind of way, King. Yeah, Jimheim, you're looking around. You don't really see much of anything. You see King like looking at kids. That could be alarming for if continued for too long. Oz, it falls to you. As everybody's sort of out in the park milling about, Oz, you're inside the head, sort of kicking around. and you
My head or
notice
the head?
The head of the statue.
the Sword Maiden head. Yeah.
Right, of course.
And you notice that like Bully hops over to a spot underneath the stairwell. And when you walk over, you can see that the back wall of this of the Sword Maiden has tons and tons of names on it. It appears to be some sort of like memorial. Think like the Vietnam Memorial, how it's just like a list of names. And Bully is staring at one particular name on the wall. It is the name, I'll put in the chat. Vasily von Holtz. There's a little inscription on the wall as well, Oz, that says, to those we lost in the Sword Maiden attack.
I pull out a cigarette. Just kidding. Does that seem significant to me? Because as a player, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Mm-hmm.
Is that significant to us?
It's one of the names listed in the ledger.
It is. Hang on. Yes, it is a. Let's see if I can. Where are we? Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. It would be this one. There we go. Vasily von Holtz is refers to a letter from an employee with Castellanter Financial and addressed to one Vasily von Holtz, assuring him that his new deposit box is quite safe.
Hey, Laz, come over here. Look at that name right there. Didn't we see that name somewhere?
I know that name. Yes. All right. Look, I know where we're going next. And Laz will. Does Laz notice anything else that stands out to him?
No, I don't think so.
What did it say underneath his name?
The epitaph on this memorial is to those we lost in the Sword Maiden's attack. And so it's this big, it's this like probably 2 or 3 dozen names on this wall.
Wait,
do I know
how old were the papers?
What were you asking, Ryan?
I was gonna say, do I know anything about the Sword Maiden attack? But I also want to know how old those papers are too.
The papers would be, at like they would have had to have been written probably like 5 to 7 years ago.
So they look new.
Yeah, they are much too young to. Vasily von Holtz could not have died in the Sword Maiden attack.
Yeah, because the Sword Maiden attack happened roughly 50
during the Spell Plague, which would have been decades ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would somebody write a letter to a dead guy?
Whereas that name is less than a decade old. Yeah.
Why would somebody write a letter to a dead guy?
Somebody's using his identity to have a box.
So maybe we should go to the bank and ask to check out the deposit box of Vasily von Holtz.
I will also point out, Laz, as the primary sort of investigators here, Daggal Neverember, the guy who whose treasure you're looking for, is the one who commissioned this park and everything in it.
Yeah. Letter from an employee. My guess is that Vasily von Holtz is an alias of Daggal Neverember. And having control over this project, he would have easily been able to put the name on the memorial. If he didn't need it anymore, didn't need the alias anymore, wanted to cover his tracks, or wanted to leave a clue. Either way, we would need to get to Castellana Financial, and it's and it's not going to be easy getting into a safe into a deposit box of a dead person who is not any of us.
Unless we look like him.
What I would imagine if this is an alias, all of the business would have been done in writing.
Fuck.
Question:
Does the bank know what he looks like?
If everything was done in writing, I would imagine not. But that's just a guess on Laz's part. What would happen to someone's deposit box if they died?
That's a great question.
What are you gonna say, Charlie?
Wouldn't it go through a will?
Say if it's still being paid for, it's going to continue existing.
Waterdeep works on Swiss rules.
Swiss rules.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair point. But if it was being maintained by Neverember's also missing.
Lee.
He's not missing.
Lee.
Yeah.
You can pay for things in advance.
I know. I had that thought as I was saying. It's like I'm a dummy.
and I should stress, Daggal Neverember is not missing. It would be public knowledge as to where he is because he's the ruler of the city of Neverwinter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
So let's travel to Neverwinter.
No, they get dragons and demons and aboleths and shit.
Okay.
Do we know if there's any descendants of Vasily von Holtz still in the city?
He's probably not even a real person.
Exactly.
Well, who knows? Maybe we should. Is there like a list that has every citizen's name on it or something? Or is that kind of stupid? A registry?
Something like that would be in the archive.
Yeah.
Like a property registry, maybe? Maybe he owned property?
Bully, staring at the wall, suddenly lashes out at a fly, hits the fly, and in doing so touches the name of Vasily von Holtz on the wall, which glows faintly. Pulls his tongue back, eats the fly.
Does anyone see that?
Did nobody touch the name on the wall? Besides Bully?
Laz will touch the name.
You touch the name on the wall, Laz. The words glow, and then you suddenly can feel the words become a button that you can depress. When you do, you hear the grinding of stone, and you see a section of the marble floor drop.
Holy shit.
I just showed up. I'm wearing sunglasses. I was playing with the kids. We were doing a fake heist. We found the squirrel. I'm back. Sorry. What'd you guys find?
Did you really have to dress up as a squirrel for that?
Good frog.
Yes. The kids love it.
Guys, we just found a trapdoor. Let's get the fuck in there before this thing closes.
Yeah, Les is heading down.
Oh shit.
How have 1 million kids not open this thing? Let's get in there.
Yeah, how do you have people on for the whole time?
Who goes around touching the names of a man who doesn't exist?
Kids who touch everything.
Tucked
Bro.
under the stairs.
I feel like it could be a pretty easy accident.
The name is high enough that kids who would be touching everything wouldn't touch it because they couldn't reach it.
There you go.
All right. What's in
We go down.
Yeah, when you head over to that trap door, slide it open. You can drop down into a. There's a little stair, or there's a little ladder you can go down. After about 30 seconds, that trap door closes on its own. Fortunately, at the bottom of the stairs, you do notice that there is a little lever that you presume can activate the trapdoor from this side.
About 5 child skeletons.
The hallway that you find yourself in, narrow little thing, is made of flagstone. Extends about 20 feet before heading to a spiral staircase. As you descend that, the walls on the walls of the staircase start to bear pictures, paintings on them. They all are of like incredibly athletic men and women. Like think Sam the Eagle here, in the chat. Like very ripped and muscular. However, despite the fact that they are all like super buff guys or very athletic women, they all have the same face of an old man with a long white beard.
I was hoping you say Sam the Eagle.
Do we recognize that face or no?
You would not.
Yeah, what's with this old man? He's everywhere.
That's very weird.
He's got a great rack in some of these.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say. And nice ass too.
Are they? I'm assuming they're all looking in like completely different directions. And
Yeah.
yeah.
They're engaging in like Olympic style sports of like shot putting, discus throwing, javelin tossing, things like that.
This man was obsessed with himself.
Copper tone girl.
Yeah.
Alright, Laz will touch one of the faces.
The face suddenly squints. Hey, no touching.
What the fuck?
I was touching one of the asses.
When if you touch one of the asses, like the figure goes.
I touched the butt.
Laz kind of like waves a hand in front of one and says, "Who are you? May I ask who you are?"
Doesn't respond.
Touches it and then asks.
He's like, "Hey, no touching."
Did the statues actually move, or we just hear the voice?
They like move, or the paintings move a little bit. Like they animate to say whatever they say, but it seems to be a programmed effect.
Oh, they're paintings, but they're statues?
Yeah,
they're paintings.
Oh,
Okay, so they're all doing like Olympic style sports. Are there any that are not doing an Olympic style sport, like a pose that's different from that theme?
No.
Copper tone girl.
Like copper, like no. Yeah.
So it makes the same audible sound no matter where we touch the painting.
Like if you touch it on like the face, it'll say something like, "Hey, no touching." If you touch the butt, it makes some sort of like weird sort of giggle.
Are these going to effect? I'm just gonna start touching one.
I touch a nipple.
Yeah, start touching multiples of them to see if any of them say different things.
They don't say
Maybe
different
stop
things.
Out.
Touching nipples results in a "Hey, no touching."
Those are sensitive.
They like the butt.
What's at the end of the hallway?
Whoever this man is,
at the bottom of the stairs, you find this. So, just for a clarification thing, this magic blue circle here that you see that's very conspicuous in the middle of the room, that is not there. I didn't have a picture of a lever, but it's a lever set into the floor. But just I'm using this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you.
Oh my god.
Oh, you also find next to that lever is a dead body.
Oh god.
Fresh dead or long dead?
Long dead. Tattered leather armor. From where you are standing, you can clearly see whoever this was got punctured through the fucking head.
Good to know. Is he right next to it, or is he a little ways out?
He's like if the lever, he's here.
Everybody be careful. Laz is going to kind of inspect the walls for places that things might shoot out of.
Okay. So Laz is doing that. Anybody doing anything else?
I do not go into the room at all.
Okay, so Izo is checking the ceiling, and what were you saying, BB?
I do not go into the room at all, but I am investigating it.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to kind of jostle the body a little.
You jostle the body, it is jostled. It actually falls apart a little bit.
Oh.
What do you guys think happened to that guy?
Maybe pissed off a couple of ladies who can't make up. That's it. I'll leave that alone.
Wild guess. He got impaled in the head.
What's Jimheim up to?
Jemheim is... he's not wanting to step too far in the room. He was kind of watching to see what was up with that guy, but... should we pull this lever or what?
Well...
I mean, don't pull it when you're right next to it, like the guy. I'd say pull it with a mage hand.
He's dead way over here, though.
Yeah,
I can just barely.
Again, pull it with a mage hand. Probably not from inside of the room at all.
Can I see where's the body facing? I have a question. Does it look like he was trying to escape the room?
Not. No, it doesn't really look like that because we'll say he's on his back. So no, probably not.
Interesting.
And what angle does it look like the thing that impaled him in the head came from?
You'd have to get closer.
I don't like that.
So, I mean,
all right, I'll just keep with looking at the walls and ceiling.
Okay, Laz, I'll save you the trouble. You don't see anything like that.
Okay, that's weird.
Anybody got
Izo, you getting closer?
Yeah, we're close to the body.
Okay, yeah, you get closer. Like I said, this body, this guy is essentially skeletal, and wearing this tattered leather armor. As you're sort of just giving him a once over, Izo, you do notice that there is a small pouch tied to the rotting remains of his belt.
I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. He apparently had a sword and a small shield that lay sort of discarded next to him. When you pick up the pouch, though, ruffle through it, you find... hang on. 5 gold pieces inside, and a old note that says something along the lines of, upon further consideration, given your discretion and the extra effort you and your men have put forth over the past few days, I have decided to agree to your revised terms. I feel like you earned your extra payment. I understand that tonight is your last night on the job. Once you finish up, be sure to come by my office, and you'll receive everything you have coming.
I'll read that aloud to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Looks like there's a reward with death.
This might have just been done by a person. Les will get close. Is that just like a spear through his head?
Wait a second, but he said somebody's office.
Yeah, this isn't
There might be an office down. There might be an office down here. Who knows?
Neverember's already been shown to have one secret office in the city. Who's to say he doesn't have more?
Good point.
Who's gonna pull that lever, though?
Well, okay, I've got a chance.
That is not a spear that went through that head.
What is it?
You don't know. Yeah, whatever it was, it's not still attached. But whatever it was cylindrical, not like a jagged angle, similar to a spear. And it punched through it, from your position. You can ascertain it punched through the cranium, came out the bottom of it, and was at it like an angle. Whatever happened to this guy happened from above him.
Can't you like pull the lever?
Yes, I was waiting for people to not stop crowding around the place where the guy got.
Yep. Everybody back out of the room before the lever gets pulled.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
and
I have to go in the room.
And a 1 and a 2, and I crack my knuckles and just send another spectral hand to go grab that lever.
Okay, so you have the hand grab the lever, and it pushes the lever from a resting position to an upward position. When it does so, the floor up in front of you, this room, shudders for a second, and then slowly starts to descend.
Should we get on there?
Gemheim jumps out on it. Let's go.
Yep. Followed.
Boom.
Oh boy.
Not as many jagged spike traps I was expecting.
We need
Maybe?
you.
This is sus.
Laz is looking up as we're out on the descending floor.
You are now you're 5 feet below Vivi at this point. Vivi,
Fine.
give me an investigation check real quick. Vivi, one thing that you like as you are watching your friend slowly descend, there is some details of the information you found earlier does dawn on you. Amongst the things that you found a book that had some sort of conversation written in it in different handwritings. The conversation mentioned that neither the map nor the compass is of any use without the other. You've found the map and the compass and have used those in order to ascertain where this vault is. There is the next sentence, though. 3 layers of security on top of that should suffice. Mechanical, magical, and monstrous. There were also a whole lot more documents on that desk. Your friends are now 10 feet below you.
Guys, should get your weapons out.
I take out my gun and I jump down with them.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait,
So now we're all on the thing. Okay.
Yep. Knuckles on.
Did you tell us what you remembered?
There might be a monster or something. I don't know.
And we messed up possibly.
Well, yeah, the thing is that there's a bunch of security.
Does this jog Laz's memory at all?
I mean, everything she's saying, like, you get the same information I just told her.
Okay. Ooh. We don't have keys. We might not be able to get past whatever magical ward is beyond this.
As you say that, Laz, on this far wall, a word appears on the wall. And when I say appears, it's not like it's magically appearing. Rather, it appears to have been written on the wall, and as you're descending, it is revealed to you. And as you're descending, you're going to see more of these words, and they're going to spell out a sentence. I'm going to type it here in the chat for you.
Okay. What is the night?
What is the night where black stars rise?
Black stars. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Do I remember any references to black stars in any of the papers? Nope.
Absolutely not.
And it rings no bells otherwise.
It does not.
Josh, do I have any special insights being touched by Selune?
Give me a charisma check. No.
With
like shit tonight.
With the Maztecan royals, like associated with like stars and constellations and all that, would King have any like recollection or have heard of the term black stars before?
You could give me a history check. Nothing that leaps to mind.
King always ignored his lessons, anyways. He would never.
If the moon gets in front of the sun, it's kind of like a black star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've heard that moon hits her eye like a big pizza pie. That's a moray.
That is a moray.
We might wanna. We might wanna abort.
I mean, should I pull the lever back and send us back up, or?
Is that an option?
I think that might not be a bad idea.
So
I try and pull the lever with the mage hand again.
let's put the lever back
if
up.
you pull the lever back, the elevator will stop and then slowly start to rise.
Oh,
guys, why are we being pussies? Let's just keep going down.
Yeah.
You know what?
Agreed.
You're right. We should face this head on. I pull the lever again.
Okay.
Wait, no,
So
wait, that's a bad
already.
idea. We gotta go back up.
No, we gotta let's find out what's at the bottom, and so we know everything before we come back.
I hate all of you.
The
Wait, we gotta
floor
go back
suddenly stops.
Oh shit.
The lever goes to the lever goes to a neutral position and locks.
Oh no.
I hate all of you.
Glyphs on the wall suddenly materialize and start flashing red light and making a noise. Bam, bam, bam. And then two sections of the wall of the stone ripple as if made of liquid. And emerging from them are going to be two creatures. Oh, my poor Ezo.
Oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'll shift Z as these two creatures emerge from the wall. These monstrous skeletal entities. There's flesh on their bodies, stretched taut and unnatural, barely sort of holding this thing together. They are massive, almost 18 feet tall, probably closer to 20. As you can see, they have like these scarves around their necks. Sewn onto them, onto the red one, are the Roman numerals X, I, I. And on the blue one is XI, 12 and 11. Noticeable most of all of these things are the enormous claws on their hands, some 15 feet long and cylindrical.
Shit.
And we're going to end it there for tonight.
Oh no.
I don't like any of that.
Well, we know what stuff this guy's head in now.
Yes, we do.
Oh my gosh. Creepy.
Good visitors, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Right now.
Oh, we've got this. There's two of them and like 6 of us. We'll
Yeah,
be
it's fine.
Yeah.
They're numbered 11 and 12.
That's a good point.
Just point this out.
I'll get worried when number 10 comes out of the wall on the top of the next round.
Yeah.
Dude, good thing we have an audience who can give us all these like cool things, like immunity and dodge chance and +10 to hit. And
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good point.
just kidding. We're
It is nice that we have
that.
Yeah, that's just eternally existing now, right?
Thanks, Shelly, for making that an ongoing part of the game.
Having the additional AC is really handy.
Turtle up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Always.
If you guys can find the document amongst all this, totally.
ABT, always be turtling.
I have keen mind. I can just have the document memorized.
Nice try.
You could.
That was a good session. It was very much a investigation treasure hunt kind of like thing, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of happy.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 like little puzzles to solve, kind of. I mean, I guess this one wasn't a puzzle. It was literally just walking into a room and pulling a lever, but
we had to face the inherent dread of the lever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And resist the urge to pull
levers
it
in the
to go
center
back
of the
up.
room are never good.
No.
Oh, the lever, crank.
Oh man.
So who the fuck was the
Next
old man
session.
on the statue?
The face?
Number
On
one.
the paintings.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, how many of those paintings were there?
Was it 12?
Probably like 20 or so.
I've got to be 20 of these things.
That's a lot.
Gosh. Oh no.
Whoever painted these things really liked that guy.
Or it was that guy.
Or it was that guy, and he's just really into himself.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mood.
Does make sense.
So we didn't recognize that face at all, you said?
No.
The little the Olympic Games style stuff, like those murals. Was it daytime out in those murals?
Sure.
Okay, I was just curious.
Do we know about the Olympics?
You've never heard of anything like that.
The fuck of the Olympics?
Is there games that happen on the Sword Coast like that? Kind of like an Olympic.
I feel like there probably is somewhere. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like a big arena.
All you know is that the big thing here in Waterdeep is owlbear racing.
That's true.
Just
none
like
of those
Talladega.
survived to the owlbear race.
And none of those things were owlbears.
They were not.
Damn.
What we do is take one of these things, tame it, cover it in tar and feathers, and pass it off as an owlbear for the race.
Genius.
But that doesn't get us a favor.
That's
This is
true.
just a cool monster that we've covered in feathers for some reason.
You just have one of those things.
We'll put him in the tank with the mermaid. First, we didn't get the mermaid though.
Or hey, if you don't get the mermaid, you could always put a fishtail on that thing.
You gotta take it.
It's beautiful.
That's true.
Rename the King's Palace Ripley's.
Indeed.
Believe it or not.
Kings, believe it or not.
Uh-huh.
Get a little top hat and everything.
What's that one cartoon where there's all that mystery stuff?
Where in the world's Carmen
Scooby-Doo.
Sandiego?
Gravity
No.
Falls.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Gravity Falls.
Oh, okay. I love Gravity Falls.
Gravity
That's
Falls
a
is
good show.
great.
I somehow
Uncle
watched it.
Stan had his little shop of weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Mystery Shack.
Yeah, the Mystery Shack.
Well, I know what I'm doing after the session.
Taking a shower.
Staying up too late and watching Gravity Falls.
Oh.
I was about to say, I took a shower before the session.
Nice.
Same.
I took a shower during the session.
Oh.
Oh,
that's what
I
that
love
noise
that.
was.
Who takes
That's
showers?
interesting.
Erotic.
Ooh. No showers.
What?
Oh my.
You guys were planning on how to do the ball thing for a little bit. Had time for a shower.
It's true. It's true.
I'm also surprised how well that went. I was sure that we were going to get dogpiled by guards and have to get chased out of there.
You guys rolled really well.
Did.
I was gonna lick the name. I was actually gonna do that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I fucking should have, because then I would have been looked like a genius.
That's sure.
I was just gonna do it because it was stupid. I was like, I need to pretend I'm an investigator right now. What can I do? And so instead of licking the name, I said I was gonna pull out a cigarette jokingly. But I should have just went with my gut and just licked the name.
You should have licked the name, man. You blew it.
I fucked up.
You had a chance.
I had a chance. I had one opportunity.
Lost it. Let
Was
it
I gonna
slip.
take it or just gonna let it slip away?
I got one shot.
One opportunity.
Here's a chance to blow.
Mom spaghetti.
But you guys enjoyed tonight. It wasn't too complicated. I know puzzles and things like that can usually get super bogged down and stuff.
Well, that's because we're dumb.
Yeah, we are dumb.
We are pretty dumb.
Don't believe the hype. Everybody sucks at puzzles.
I mean, I felt like it was definitely hard for me to follow what the solutions were to things, but I feel like you were doing a good job of pretty much cutting us off pretty quickly if it was clear that we were going in the wrong direction, and I felt like that really helped.
Nudging us towards.
It's like if we were going in the wrong direction, you'd kind of be like, no, that's not working. Try something else, and that helped us coming up.
It really pays off to have a character that's smarter than me.
Yeah, that too.
You never held our hands, but you definitely kept us from going down too fruitless of rabbit holes.
Okay.
I struggle with being smarter than my character, so I come up with things that Izo would not come up with, and I just have to will somebody else on the party to read my mind.
I struggle with making decisions that are not chaotically disastrous, despite wanting to, as king, just disguise himself as the Wiz burglar.
Phoebe's just very distracted.
Now Laz is hungry because he didn't stop at a streetcar like Izo did.
Yeah, after this, we're summoned by the nearest Ronald McDurgars.
If there's one thing Izo's learned from growing up on the streets, you eat whenever the opportunity arises, because you never know when you're going to be able to eat again.
Smart.
And running on an empty stomach sucks.
It's true. Laz is a workaholic, so he regularly forgets to eat.
But he doesn't forget to drink.
Well, no, you can do that on the job.
It's also hard to remember to eat when you're literally overthinking everything else going on around you.
And,
that's me. That's not my character.
and also hard to eat when you're also hard when you're having trying to not listen to 5 people talk about arson over and over.
that does not help matters at all.
You guys talked about arson a lot tonight.
We really did.
It's true.
You jumped to that quick.
It's all.
I mean, we've been talking about burning that guy's bar down since the beginning of the game.
Fair. Usually you don't do it when people are inside of it. That is usually not part of the plan. I felt like you definitely want people inside when you did this time.
He deserves
That
it.
was in very poor taste.
No.
Having the guy from the Brewers Guild inside the building would be a bonus. I think even Laz would consider that a bonus, even though he would have to arrest everybody for it after.
Yeah, Josh, you really know how to like twist the fucking blade.
I know. That remember how I said Connor told me he physically cringed when I told him about it? That's what it was.
Right. Oh. God, you love kicking me when I'm down.
Well, I'm done kicking for a little while.
For now.
Now he's just gonna stab us in the head with giant cylinder claws.
Yeah, don't trust him.
No joke, when you were describing the hole in the skull, I was immediately thinking, okay, there's going to be a mind flayer in here, or mind flayers. This, I almost feel like, might be worse, because I don't know what the hell these things are going to do with their creepy hands.
I will say, their CR is technically higher than mind flayers.
Great!
That's not good.
Wait, so their hands are bigger than their bodies?
I'm gonna go bed and have nightmares about these crazy things, and thank you for that, Josh.
Yep.
Thank you for playing.
That was a really fun mystery.
At least they're not mouthers.
Yeah, I'm glad you had fun.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.
I mean,
Yeah, like one thing I'll say, like, one thing I liked about tonight's session a lot was that it, felt. It was technically RP heavy, but it was RP heavy in a very different way. So it kind of felt like another kind of style of session compared to our usual kind of formats.
True. Most of the RP was around like coming up with solutions to problems, so less so than social interaction.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, good.
I will say, Josh, I really appreciate you opening up with ads already being at my bedside, because one thing, it was really like, I don't know how the fuck Ezo's gonna tell ads any of this. I was so relieved. I was like, oh, thank God, she's just here and she knows, and I don't have to fucking explain it to her.
I know. See, I'm empathetic. I'm not purely kicking you when you're down.
Just mostly.
I like to think of it as tickling you in your sore, possibly broken ribs.
Oh, I'm sure they're broken. I'm sure at this point most of Ezo's swelling has gone down, but really he just looks like one big fucking bruise.
That's probably fair.
But
No, Bruce is the one who beat you up.
I didn't want to say
it.
It's uncouth if I say it.
But he's not your uncle, so you can't look like him.
God.
See, now they're doing it. This isn't me.
Oh.
I just did the cartoon dwarf.
Okay. Good night.
God, yeah, the cartoon dwarf, the fucking Blackbeard Brewery.
Nice.
Fuck, night.
I'm gonna hop off as well. Catch y'all next time.
Night.
Bye.
Night.
May dreams of muscly Sam Eagles grace y'all's nights.
Oh yeah.
They will.
That's all I'm gonna.
It's better than the alternative.
True.
Big strapping claw monsters.
So yeah, are their claws like bigger than their bodies? Because you said they were like 8 feet tall.
So
but
the creatures themselves are like 18 feet tall.
I'm
probably like underselling it. It's probably closer to 20, whereas their claws themselves are like 15.
Okay, so almost as big as they are.
I'm thinking maybe the claws aren't. Their reach is 15. Spoiler. I think that's probably factoring in arm length, and their arms are pretty long and sort of gangly. But the point is, claws are super fucking long.
Yes.
Got it.
I would ask for a picture, but I don't know if I want to see it.
A picture of this thing?
Well, no, like a picture of the claws specifically.
Yeah, hang on. I can actually hang on.
A full body.
Here, it's not spoiling it to tell you that they're called bone claws.
Oh, I know exactly what these are now. I've never interacted with one, but I remember them from The Brimstone Angel books.
Oh yeah, there was one in there, wasn't there?
There were multiple.
Were there?
Yeah.
That sucks.
They never had. I don't think they ever actually fought them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I remember it now. Pretty sure Thayen's had them.
Yeah.
Here's another picture.
Thayans would have them. Oh.
Yep.
Cool.
Man, where's the? I know there's a piece of art.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, here we go. I think this is like the OG art for these things. So fun. I like their little skirt.
Cute little skirt. Yep. Adorable. I think it's just a crack in the wall, but it almost looks like he's got like a spiky elbow.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And that specific one. They only have.
So this should be fun.
They only have 3 fingers. It's okay, guys. They only have 3 fingers. It's fine.
True. They only do.
It's only 3.
I'm not concerned for the next session.
It's just 3 fingers.
I'm back.
It's just
I totally wasn't.
I remember this art.
I totally wasn't trying to warn you guys with that fucking body and that last little bit from Vivi, but it's okay. You decided to go continue push forward. It's great. It's good. It's all good.
Honestly,
I
Josh,
mean, what else
at
have
that
we done
point,
here? It's a map. It's a fighting map. There's gonna be fighting.
Josh, we'd spent so much time hemming and hawing about different ideas that I was like, we're just doing things. We're doing things now. No more talk. We're doing things.
We're progressing the story.
Yeah. Forward.
Noted.
Into 3 spiky fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna break those fingers off.
I didn't think you guys hemmed and hawed that much this session. Maybe upon the rewatch, it'll be longer than I think. It's also different from my end because I'm answering questions constantly. So
it was mostly the trying to decide how we were going to go about the orb part and the palace.
Yeah. I honestly wasn't thinking we could pull it off. Still. It's kind of amazing.
you guys had a good plan. That bottle is very helpful.
It really is.
The bottle was very helpful.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very happy that Oz has been able to keep hold of it. Oh,
Also, that his stealth roll was so high, given his propensity for flashing his name everywhere.
No, all of you rolled very high.
Are you gonna do
So
firecracker or are you gonna do porcelain?
What?
I pretty